So in the last video we wrote a function, a simple line of code to um, perform a modulus function. Now we've been given the modulus key, the mod key. So you see now, if you pass in two values into this mod key, 42 and 8, is going to give you the mod result. If you do 42 mod 8, I think it's going to give you 2, because how many times does 8 goes in 2 in 42? It goes 5 times. Then what is the remainder? 2. So it gives, mod gives the remainder of when you make a division between two values. So 42 divided by 8 is 5, so the remainder is 2. So mod is going to give you the remainder. Is it the remainder? The remainder, that is what it's going to give you. So since we know what mod is, let's continue. Continue iterating system. Let's see the pattern. Now we've been given the alphabet keys A to Z. We've been given A to Z before. We only have the numeric key, the integer, the numeric key, the boolean, and some functions to perform on array. But now we've been given the alphabet. Now we've been given the alphabet keys, and then we can use it to write a lot of stuff. This puzzle is an interesting puzzle, and I would love you to watch this. So let's continue. So we've been given this pattern detected. We are given CAT. This is an array with values, with alphabet values. CAT is false. KAYAK is true. BOB is true. Man, I don't understand. So let's look at the title. The title says a man, a plane, a canal, Panama. What are they trying to tell us here? What are they trying to tell us here? So if I look at these elements, CAT is false, KAYAK is true, BOB is true. So why are they giving true, and why is cat false? So if I look at this, what is special about this array, and what is also special about this array that is giving true? Oh, you see, BOB is true, KAYA is IAK is true. That is a palindrome. You know, anything that repeats from front, you can spell it backward, is true. So cat, we can't spell cat backward, but we can spell kayak backward. We can spell Bob backward. This is interesting. So how are we going to write a palindrome function with the few keys given? So a man, a plane, a canal, Panama. Man, is interesting. So since we know what this pattern is talking about, let's see how we're going to write the code. So when we start, we look at it, and so what comes to mind is that we are going to look through this. Definitely we look through it. Then when we look through it, then we compare whether the first, when we compare whether the reverse of the actual array is the same thing as the array, the normal array. So we compare the normal array with the reverse array. So let's write a function that can help us do that. So let me do a while loop. Let me declare A as 0. So you see, I'm always declaring first. I love declaring. So let me declare here as 0, and this time around I'm going to use a while loop. Why a is less than input dot length. So because our input is an array, so we are going to do dot length. So am I going to do dot length minus 1? Should I go, if I'm doing something like this, that means I'm going from 0 to the length. So instead of that, I want to go backward. I want to loop through this array in the reverse mode. So I think I should declare a as input.length minus 1. Why I'm using minus 1 is because we are not, an array starts from 0 index. So we are not going to actually go through the whole index. We are not going to actually go through the whole length. We are going through the whole index. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length is 5, but the index length is 4. That is why I'm declaring variable a as 4. So that is input.length minus 1. That is 5 minus 1 is 4. So let me clear this and say while a, okay, I can do while a is greater than 0. So let's do that, and then I will do a minus minus, so that for every loop we decrease a. So while a is greater than 0, so a is 4 at the first time, so let's declare variable b that we are going to push in our array into, or we declare variable b as an array, so we're going to push in values into it. So while we are going through the first, while we are looping through, while variable a is greater than 0, while we are doing that loop, we are going to be pushing values into variable b. So variable b is an array dot push. We are going to do dot push, and what are we pushing inside? We are pushing the index of the array, that is input variable a. That is what we are pushing inside. That is what we are pushing inside variable b. So we are pushing it, and the variable a is decreasing. So by the time variable a equals 0, it will now get to this point and say, is variable a greater than 0? No, don't let us use greater than 0. Let's use, do we have greater or equals to 0? Let me look at it. Greater or equals. So we only have greater than 0. That means we are going to use -1. While it's greater than negative, while variable a is greater than -1, perform this function. So at that point, let's output variable b and see what variable b is giving us. Hooray! You see, we are having variable b as the same thing as variable a. So if we go through our test, we see that if I go through this first one, we have CAT as our input. Now we are having TAC as our b, variable b, this output. So that means they are not the same. So automatically we are getting false. But if we look at this kayak input is the same thing as the output. So that means automatically it's going to be true when we write the last line of code. And look at Bob too. We have Bob, and also the output is Bob. So that means in reverse, the same value we are giving as input is the same value we are having as output. I hope you understand this little lines of code. To me, it's something I can intuitively think of. If you don't understand, just drop a question in the comments, then we can I can explain better. So our last line of code is just going to be if a equals if our variable b equals our input. So if we use this double equals, it's a question: is variable b equals our input? and then you see that our code passed. So let's view the code, and you know, you can view the code, and if you understand, I mean, thumbs up to you. If you don't understand, please drop a question. Others can try to help you, and if I see you too, I'll try to help you. I hope you understand. See you in the next video. So let's go here, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.